What is up, guys? Chris here, the Unofficial Dad, and I am back with another knife video. This is another knife review. A knife, I would call this an unboxing, but it's not an unboxing. I actually unboxed this last night in our live stream, showed it off to everybody because I was so excited I couldn't wait to check it out myself. So I used that as an excuse to dive into this thing and check it out. Now, for the longest time, I thought that the Raccoon top liner lock was the king of all EDC knives under $100 until I got my hands on this right here. This is the Tenables Fenrir. Now this is the crossbar lock version. The top liner lock version is definitely the better way to go. In my opinion, I think in most people's opinion, the top liner lock is the way to go. But this is the one they sent me, and it's absolutely fantastic. I do still like a crossbar lock. Definitely like a top liner lock better, but this is still a fantastic knife. And one of the things that I started realizing when I got this in my hands was how good the Fenrir really was. Not only did I realize myself personally how good it was, I started putting this in 3-knife challenges, and I even put it against the Raccoon top liner lock. And guess what? This knife slayed it. It got 90% of the votes. This thing did amazing. So the community at large, I mean, pretty much most people agree that this is a fantastic knife. It's a fantastic EDC knife with the harpoon blade shape, the ergonomics, the very sharp piercing tip, the good flat grind. All in all, this is just a great knife. A deep carry pocket clip that is reversible all the way around. The Tenables Fenrir is an amazing knife for EDC especially. Remember, get the top liner lock if you can, but even if you can't, any of the versions of the Fenrir is going to do you well. You're going to enjoy it. In my opinion, you're going to love the thing. There's always an exception, as I always say, but the rule for the most part is that the Fenrir is an amazing knife, one of the best for EDC that they make right now. So, Kansept has sent me some knives before. They sent me the Bison and the Loki. Both of them were fantastic. I love them. I show the Bison all the time because I love it so much, its size and everything. But they actually let me know they wanted to send me something else. Sorry, boys are in the background playing and screaming. The weather's bad outside, so they can't go outside and play. So you might hear them a little bit. But anyways, so Kansept let me know that they were going to send me a couple knives. I did personally request a fixed blade. So they was like, all right, we'll do that. But they also was going to send me another knife. I didn't know exactly what it was going to be. They kind of gave me some hints. And this right here is what I opened and checked out last night. And let me tell you right now, as good as the Tenables Fenrir is, the Kansept Fenrir is even better. Look at that beauty. What a gorgeous, gorgeous knife. Now, it's got basically all of the hallmark features that make the Fenrir what the Fenrir is. The harpoon blade, the great ergonomics, that really nice thumb ramp right there for your thumb, the dual thumb studs that make it quick, snappy, easy deployment of the blade. Great knife. It's also got a near deep carry pocket clip. Now the difference is that this has a titanium handle. It has twill carbon fiber and G10, and it has titanium. Now the titanium liners and handle means that you have a milled titanium pocket clip. That can't be all the way deep carry, and it also isn't reversible. But outside of that, a lot of the things that make the Tenables Fenrir such a fantastic EDC knife make the Kansept knife such a great EDC knife as well. The difference is that this is a lot more premium, a lot more collectible, a lot more aesthetically appealing in every way. This is an absolute fantastic knife. Now, one thing that I do like about this that the Tenables doesn't have, regardless, the Tenables is fantastic. The Kansept actually, if you'll notice, the blade is just a tad bit bigger and that gives you the option for this really nice sharpening choil / finger choil so you can choke up on the blade. I like that. I like the swedge on top here for deep penetration. If you're going to puncture, pierce, or stab anything that you're looking to puncture, pierce, or stab, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. A good flat grind, really nice edge on this right out of the box. Very, very sharp. Now, this is a liner lock version. Fantastic. I mean, fantastic. Now, another thing about this that's a little bit different is this actually also is a front flipper, and a lot of people really enjoy a good front flipper. I never was really a big fan of front flippers. I've started to grow more and more warm to them once I really started getting more of the hang of it. Used to, I could not do front flippers to save my life. Now I can. Used to, I would do front flippers like this on my videos. You would always see me do that. That was the only way I could do front flippers. But now I've gotten to where I can pretty consistently do front flippers with my left hand or right hand. I'll tell you a funny thing. Yesterday on Instagram, Everyday EDC done a post, and he was talking about, hey, I'll say it. Ooh, I can do it. He was talking about how people like the reverse flick more than the regular flick. Ooh, I can do that one. That's pretty cool. And everybody's like, yep, 100%. And I was like, I never reverse flick. I guess I'm the oddball oddity here, but I never reverse flick. I just don't. I'm getting better. There's more and more knives now that I can do it, and I can do this one. That's how good the action is on this. I'm not even struggling to do that. I'm using the thumb studs right there. Daggone it. Just when I say that, I can't do it. Yeah, that's the action on this is crazy good. I mean, this is really good action. Whether you're using the front flipper, the thumb studs, or the reverse flick, still can't do it perfect. Great action. I like this. Very, I mean, this is just a premium collector's piece that's also just a fantastic all-around knife. It's got a lot of really good features that I like for a good knife. I like being able to choke up on that with that finger choil. That really makes a difference. Sharpening choil, I know, but it's also a finger choil for choking up. That thumb ramp, you can really get a good grip on that. The ergonomics on this are exactly what you've come to know and expect from the Fenrir. I'm not disappointed with the fact that it's not a reversible pocket clip, because that's the way these premium knives with titanium are. When you got all those holes in it and stuff, it does become an eyesore on a more premium knife like this, in my opinion. So I understand why they don't do it that way. So I'm okay with that. I'm completely okay with that. Now, if you'll notice, this is also a Damascus blade. And I will say this, I've said this before, two things I'm not a big, huge fan of is carbon fiber and Damascus. But I do like the twill or shredded carbon fiber more than that blocky square type carbon fiber. Like you'll see on the Zero Tolerance 0562. It's a different type of carbon fiber. I like this carbon fiber. This actually looks really cool, in my opinion. So this is, if I was going to go with carbon fiber on my own personal choice, it would be this or fat carbon. Now, Damascus, I'm not a big Damascus fan. I'd rather have S35 or whatever, but I've come to understand, and I'll show you this. Thanks to my good friend Sam, I got this right here, the Kansept Thoth, however you say it. And I loved their Damascus pattern on this, the way that they do their Damascus. And they definitely do it very well. And when you look at this Fenrir right here, same exact thing. Fantastic pattern on this Damascus. I don't have a lot of experience beating up Damascus blades, hardcore using them. I don't do that to any of my knives, regardless of what blade steel it is. You all know that. So I cannot speak to how well this will hold up to abuse and to torture. But Damascus, they make Damascus for a reason, because it's supposed to be a stronger, tougher blade steel. But I mean, as far as the pattern goes and the looks, it's beautiful, and it really plays well and pops on this carbon fiber. Now let's talk about some stats here on this thing, because this is it's a great knife, even for large hands. If you do have larger hands, it feels good in my hands. I've lost a lot of weight, so my fingers aren't as fat as they used to be, but I still have large hands, and it feels good in my large hand. But if I choke up, it feels even better. You can cant your hand to the side to get a good stabbing, piercing type of grip, or you can just get the normal full finger grip right there. Either way feels great because it's got great ergonomics, and these finger choils they just do this well. I mean, Kansept is a good brand, a premium brand for a reason. Now, this knife right here is coming in right at 180. The MSRP is around 250, I think, but they're selling these for around 180. And they have different variations and versions of the Kansept Fenrir liner lock. They have some different ones with titanium, different materials. I think they have Damascus on a few of them, I think. Those are a little bit more. You're looking at 230, 240 and stuff on some of those. But you can also get them at 160, 150, 160 for a really good Kansept Fenrir. So compared to premium collectible knives, not bad pricing for what you're getting here, 180. Now, the overall length is 7.88 inches. You have a blade length of 3.38 inches with a cutting edge of 3.05 inches. So you got just over 3 inches of cutting edge. Harpoon style blade with a flat grind, Damascus blade steel, twill carbon fiber, titanium, and G10. So good materials all the way around. The weight on this is 4.3 ounces. I always weigh it myself because the stats are never right. Usually, I've seen it once or twice where they'll be right. Wow, there you go. 4.3 ounces on the money. Yep, 4.3 ounces. Right hand only, tip up. Manual opening with thumb studs and flipper tab, or front flipper. I mean, not flipper tab, but a front flipper. Liner lock. The designer is Sparrow Knife, and this is being made in China, which is where most, if not all, of the Kansept knives are made. So all in all, just a fantastic EDC knife. This is a crossover knife. This is a knife that's going to give you a really good EDC option, but it's also so daggone nice and such good materials that it's also a really good collector's piece, premium piece. So all the way around, it just hits a lot of marks. It checks a lot of boxes. Just a great piece. It really is. I love this. I'm really glad to have it. Thank you, Kansept. Fantastic. I mean, fantastic. It's all that you love about the Fenrir right there. And I've come to really appreciate how good the Fenrir is, only in just a souped up, super sports car style version. I mean, they take the characteristics, the strengths of the Fenrir, and they just doll it up with good materials, finger choil, the aesthetics, and just give you a fantastic knife. I love it. So yeah, wonderful, wonderful knife. Check them out, guys. I'll link them down in the description. I will link both Kansept's website, and I will also link a couple other spots. I wanted to say this really quick about my links. I appreciate anybody who uses them. Nobody has to or anything like that. If you are going to be getting a knife and you're not using it, if you're using another link from another content creator or something, I completely understand. No worries, no harm, no foul. I don't take that personal. I appreciate the fact that you're supporting content creators and people who are putting a lot of effort into these videos, because it is a lot of effort. But if you are not using anybody else's links and you're going to be getting a knife anyways, Blade HQ, GP Knives, Blade City, any of these places, if you're going to be getting a knife anyways, it doesn't cost you anything extra to click on the link and to use the links, and it will help out me, and personally it helps me out, and it helps out the channel greatly. And I put all that back into the giveaways so we can have nicer giveaways. The links haven't really been used, and I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to pressure anybody. But if you are going to be getting knives or any kind of EDC gear and you're not using any other links, and you don't mind, I would definitely appreciate it if you wouldn't care to click on them and go through that way. Again, doesn't cost you anything extra. Sometimes I even have codes that can save you some money. So it'd be a good option for you guys to help me out, help the channel out, but also possibly, not all the time, but sometimes save some money. So you don't have to, but I would appreciate if you do. Regardless, check out the Kansept Fenrir, the Tenables Fenrir. Check them out. The Kansept Thoth, fantastic Thoth, however you say it, fantastic knife as well. But this thing is awesome. I also got a fixed blade that they sent me that I cannot wait to check out and show you all, because it is awesome. And I love a good fixed blade, so I'm excited about that. Guys, check it out. I'm Chris, I'm Professional Dad. I wish all of you sharp knives, very happy lives. And by the way, happy holidays and Merry Christmas. I will see you all in the next video.